All right, we are getting dialed here and getting everybody joining in on our live stream that is starting here as we get you updated with our snow and sleet to come here across the bi-state. We'll continue to let folks trickle on in, and as they do so, I will get our computers set on up to interact with you all here. I'm meteorologist Anthony Slaughter, by the way, and thanks for joining us here this morning as we get prepped to talk some winter weather, and of course, as we get ready for this next round to come on in. All right, so let's get things pulled up here, and we will get going here in just a few seconds. All right, good morning to you, everybody. Thanks for being with us here on this live this morning. I'm meteorologist Anthony Slaughter with your weather impact alert this morning. Of course, as you look out the window right now, you're probably thinking, okay, it's not coming. We're still dry in a lot of spots. We are starting to see that snow and sleet from the west creep on into the St. Louis area. So today, a weather impact alert. It's a wintry mix that we're watching here in the St. Louis area, and that includes St. Charles. It includes Franklin, Jefferson, and the Metro East, all the counties that are adjacent to St. Louis Metro. This is what you can expect even in the city. So 34, that's where we're headed in St. Louis today. We will have the mix around with the snow and the sleet. Now at times this may actually mix with some freezing rain as well, but I think that's going to be focused more south of the 44 corridor away from St. Louis. But if you live south of there, that's where you're going to have bigger issues when it comes to the freezing rain. So on days like this, you'll look at the pavement and in some instances it may just look wet or shiny without snow, and that is freezing rain. So you really want to make sure you have on good shoes today. Watch your traction because this is slips and fall season, happens every single year. So watching the first few steps out the door, crucial on days like this. Travel, of course, will be impacted the most. We're talking, with more cars on the road, you lose a lot of room for error to, go slipping and sliding. And so just be careful, go slow as you can on days like this. Those temperatures are going to range anywhere from 27 to 35 degrees. And that is area wide from north into Bowling Green, south into parts of Farmington and Perryville. So after 8 o'clock, that's what we're watching, and we're at 8:37 right now. And so any minute now, we will start to see that spread into the St. Louis area. And I think somewhere in the 9-10 o'clock hour, it will start to fill in for St. Louis Metro. So a weather impact alert today, 34 for the high with that wintry mix. Tonight, we dry out, we're cold. And so tomorrow morning, impacts may linger when it comes to travel because it's going to be so cold. Anything that's treated, anything that melts is going to refreeze overnight. 17 is where we're headed overnight and 28 for tomorrow. So it is going to stay below freezing tomorrow. There's a system. It's moving through Oklahoma, the center of low pressure right now. To the south in Arkansas, parts of Memphis, you do have that rain that's setting up there. But you see the snow that's coming in from the west. We've had so much in western Missouri this morning, from Kansas City to places like Springfield, even down towards Branson. And now that's starting to fill into the 5 on your side viewing area. Let me get you a closer look here, and you can see the Doppler radar in full and pick out your town that's closest to what you see on the map. So Bowling Green, you've got the snow now. Starting to snow in places near Lincoln County and in Warren County, starting to fill in there towards Warrenton. Herman, you've got the snow as well, and down towards Sullivan and Rolla, you also have the snow that is starting to fill on in. Notice areas to our south. You see the pink towards Lesterville, just south of Farmington. Those areas south, that's where you have the freezing rain that's being picked up by the radar. And so there could be some icing that's happening in those locations. Even we saw out towards Wentzville earlier, there was freezing drizzle that was coming down. And as you look at it, it may actually look like plain old rain, but the temperatures say otherwise. We are below freezing on the Missouri side of the river. So this is a look at the Lake of the Ozarks this morning, a live look there, and you can see the snow coming down for yourself. The surfaces are getting covered with an accumulating snow. And so this, again, is our weather future. We always look to the west, and that is what's coming our direction in the short term. So we're still cloudy at St. Louis Lambert. The number on days like this is crucial. We have been at or below freezing all morning, about 32 to 31 degrees. And so because we're still looking at that number below freezing, once anything starts to fall out of the sky, there is that risk of ice occurring when it comes to how it accumulates and sets up on the pavement, the cars, the sidewalks, patios, and things like that. Again, Lambert's at 31, and a lot of the Missouri side is still below freezing. For instance, you can see from Warrenton at 28, Sullivan's at 30, even Lake of the Ozarks 28. And so anywhere you have temperatures below 32, you're going to have sticking snow. You're going to have freezing rain even. So you can see even Farmington's at 30, so just to your south with the freezing rain moving in, your number is going to stay there, and so that means whatever does fall is going to ice over. Places on the Illinois side, not too bad. I mean, Scott Air Force Base, you're at 34. Sparta's at 34 as well, and so those locations are above freezing. And I think the freezing rain line is going to be south from places like Perryville, Sparta, Mount Vernon. You folks may actually see a switch over from freezing rain to all rain as we go through the day today. Closer in, all of our neighborhoods showing pretty much the same deal, upper 20s and low 30s, from Wentzville at 29 to Belleville at 34 and Florissant 32 degrees. So today in St. Louis, weather impact alert. That'll linger until about 6 o'clock this evening. That is when our winter weather advisory will expire, and then after that, we should have smooth sailing when it comes to any active weather coming out of our sky, but of course, as mentioned, the refreeze possible overnight. So here's the futurecast. You can see how it fills in as we go towards 10, 11 o'clock this morning, and that is going to be, again, sleet and snow you see over the St. Louis area. I want you to keep an eye on the pink. You see the pink down towards Farmington, Potosi, Centerville, Crystal City, even in Edwardsville, even Shiloh and Nashville. There is going to be that band of freezing rain that sets up today from about 10 o'clock until maybe 2 or 3 this afternoon. In those same places, you see Potosi's in the pink still, Crystal City, Shiloh right on the edge of that over towards Nashville. And so that area that I'd listed off there, those are the places you're going to have a bigger impact when it comes to freezing rain. St. Louis Metro, St. Charles, Chesterfield, Troy, Missouri, Herman, Jerseyville, Alton, all expecting more snow as opposed to freezing rain. But there will be some sleet mixed in as well. And a lot of folks ask us, what is sleet? What does that look like? And if you remember the ice cream, the little ice cream you get when you're little, the Dippin' Dots, that is what sleet looks like. And so you can get a little traction with that, but freezing rain, again, that's ice. You can't get traction with that. Notice the futurecast. We take this all the way through 5 and 6, and we still have that pink in spots to our south. That would be freezing rain that comes down through the day. And for St. Louis Metro, we can see how things taper off towards the evening hours. So once we get past 6 o'clock, I think we're going to be okay when it comes to any more accumulation out of the sky. As far as expected snowfall and sleet, you can see the dotted line that I've drawn on the map here. That blue dotted line, that's the sleet line. So anything north of that, that's where you're going to have sleet and snow. So Litchfield, Alton, St. Louis Metro, Chesterfield, St. Charles alike, you will have a little sleet mixed in with your accumulating snowfall. Now, I think that's going to total an amount of 1 to 3 for St. Louis Metro. Now, higher amounts towards our west, places like St. Charles, over towards Warrenton, Wentzville, Herman, you'll have about 2 to 4 inches of snowfall mixing in with sleet, and also Troy, Missouri up into Bowling Green. That's where you'll have higher amounts, perhaps upwards of 4 to 6 inches. But it's the pink area. This is the worst part of the forecast, the ice from Centerville to Potosi, Farmington, Shiloh, even Nashville and Vandalia. That swath of pink you see, that's where you're going to have upwards of 1/10 of an inch of ice, and maybe even more. Now, it's not often we get more than 1/10 of an inch, and so if that does happen, we certainly could have issues when it comes to broken branches, power outages, but I do think that's going to remain south and east of St. Louis. I don't think we need to worry about icing like those areas south will have for today. So the next 36 hours, it is going to be a little bit colder than it has been the last several days and weeks here in St. Louis. We started off February pretty mild, and now we've got this shot of cold and, of course, the wintry weather to deal with. So today, weather impact alert with the wintry mix, 34 for the high. Tonight, we're down to 17 for the overnight low. It's going to be very frigid out there when you wake up tomorrow, so icing certainly an issue when it comes to refreeze and things like that. It is going to be dry for your Thursday, but it's also going to be very cold. We will not break freezing for tomorrow. So our weather impact 10-day forecast exclusive to our streaming audience, and you can see how we do have some better weather to look forward to when it comes to any snow or icing, but it's also going to turn colder. 34 for the high today. Tomorrow will dry at 28. Valentine's Day is also Friday, which is also Rise and Shine. Heat Up St. Louis's annual fundraiser at Hardee's will be at 39 degrees, and on Saturday we'll have rain around with 44. Now we go towards Sunday with cold air coming on back. We'll have temperatures in the 20s, overnight lows going back into the teens and single digits even, and those will be with us through much of next week. We could have another chance of snow perhaps somewhere around Tuesday or Wednesday, and that would keep our temperatures in the 20s, maybe some relief as we head towards the end of next week. We'll be up to 32 by next Friday. So in the short term, this morning, if you are about to head out the door, of course, a lot of schools have canceled class today. There's the snow you see coming on in, and of course, the wintry mix just to our south. So I would say if you have the power to do so today, just stay at home and stay indoors. That 1 to 3 inches will start to develop here after about 9 o'clock in St. Louis Metro. And I think from there on out, we will have the sleet and snow with us until about, I'd say probably 5 or 6 o'clock this evening. And then after that, we dry out and we turn a lot colder overnight. We, of course, will have updates as we go through the day today. And of course, if we do have any breaking weather information to bring to you when it comes to highway closures, things of that nature, power outages, of course, we will be here to bring it to you as well. I hope you keep streaming and, of course, stay safe and stay warm, St. Louis. I'm meteorologist Anthony Slaughter. We will have more information as we go through the day. Thanks for joining us.